Alright, hey YouTubers, what's going on? It's your boy once again, RKO2582. Here, I'm not inside my house. I'm here beautifully outside my patio. And I realized that I spend too much time in the house, and I realized also that I need some fresh air. So I'm very happy this is a change of base for me. Alright, I'm here to do a video response to, you guessed it, Kid of Wrestling. Go up to the description box and sub to him. And he brought up another good topic. Man, this dude brings up topics like clockwork. He brought up a topic called the top 3 mid-carders that were fired but should be back in the WWE. So let's not waste any time and get this countdown started. Alright, starting off the countdown with number 3, Hardcore Holly. Yeah, I still miss him now, but as you know, I remember him like most fans during the Attitude Era. He was part of the Job Squad and all that good stuff. And I remember he got to face Brock Lesnar, and then Brock Lesnar put him out with a neck injury since he powerbombed him so hard. And then he came back like more than a year later to face him for the WWE title, which was pretty much sadly his only main event push. And then back in 2008, he teamed up with Cody Rhodes, pretty much mentoring him, and finally won him the World Tag Team titles. And then, of course, at Night of Champions 2008, yeah, him and Cody Rhodes were supposed to face Ted DiBiase and a mystery partner, but unbeknownst to us, the mystery partner was all this time Cody Rhodes turning on Hardcore Holly and pretty much getting the 1, 2, 3, and then your new winners, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. I personally, if Hardcore Holly hadn't left the way that he did, I bet you your bottom dollar that Hardcore Holly would have had a good rival with Cody Rhodes. That's all I'm saying. Okay, number 2 on the countdown is yep, you guessed it, D'Lo Brown. All I can tell you, D'Lo Brown was a very entertaining mid-carder during the Attitude Era, and still kind of now. And I even remember when he was one of the very few people to win both the Intercontinental and European Championships at the same time. And I even remember when he had that huge protective chest thing he did. And then, of course, him and Mark Henry were actually a good tag team back in the day. And he had another tag team with I forgot. Chaz from one of the. He used to be part of the Headbangers, and they formed a tag team called Lowdown. And I just miss D'Lo. He was very entertaining. I like how he was talking, and me and my dad are still huge D'Lo Brown marks, and as D'Lo put it, we are still down with the Brown. You know what I'm saying? So it was just. Yeah, and I was happy when he came back in 2008, and I heard the reason he came back in 2008 was since he had such a huge response at a WWE house show. Stephanie McMahon put him on the main roster just to think that would be money, but sadly it was not to be, because once again, the way the crowd is nowadays, they didn't give him a good response. Most of them didn't even know who D'Lo was, and that really upset me as all get out. And then and sadly, and once it got to the 2009, we never saw D'Lo again. So now you see D'Lo on TNA as a road agent and a trainer. So I wish someday D'Lo would come back again, because yeah, D'Lo was the shit, and he still is the shit. And my number 1 on the top 3 mid-carders is, without a doubt, you know who this is, and I'm gonna say this catchphrase. Oh man, I'm gonna. I have to say this. Ain't no stopping me, no! Shelton Benjamin. Oh yeah, boy, what can I tell you about Benjamin? I remember when Benjamin first arrived in WWE. He was part of, Team Angle, and then they were actually a good tag team, and they won. Him and Charlie Haas won the tag team titles twice in their rookie year, and that was amazing. And then, of course, the draft came up, and then Shelton Benjamin got drafted to Raw, and in his very first match, he went up against, yep, Triple H. And boy, me and my dad were watching this match, and then I didn't know if Shelton was gonna win or not, because you really didn't know who was gonna win this match, and so Yeah, so and it was going good, and then of course the moment when Shelton hit the bam, stinger splash behind Triple H, 1, 2, 3. I was marking out as all get. I was marking out like a schoolgirl. I was just like, God damn, Shelton Benjamin beat the game. I was just, and then Jr. was round the money when he said to that night it was all about the Benjamins. Oh, and of course, and he took, and when he won the Intercontinental title against Chris Jericho at Taboo Tuesday, I marked out again like I did with him beating Triple H. And also he almost beat all the members of Evolution if Batista hadn't beaten him. And he went on to become one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. Of all time. And he still to this day holds the longest reign for the Intercontinental Championship in the 21st century. And that's amazing. I mean, he could have been a main eventer, but sadly, his mic skills were kind of holding him back. So I was hoping they would put him with a manager because, his wrestling skills are off the chain. I mean, hell, even my dad was talking about to me about his college days when he was with Brock Lesnar. They went to the same school, University of Minnesota, and all that stuff. And yeah, so Shelton Benjamin, man, I wish he'd come back, man. I was bummed when he got released last year, and now he's doing all right in ROH. I heard he recently became one half of the ROH Tag Team Champions with his boy Charlie Haas. So I hope Shelton Benjamin comes back someday, because yeah, to me, and also in my opinion, he actually made the Money in the Bank matches watchable. He was like the highlight of Money in the Bank. And it's sad that he's been in most of these Money in the Bank matches and never won it. So once again, my boy Shelton Benjamin. All right, that's all my top 3 mid cards that were fired but should be back in the WWE. And once again, this is your boy RKO 2582 signing off.